How did the British invasion impact 1960s rock music? Imagine a world where the sound of electric guitars, energetic rhythms, and catchy melodies suddenly took over the airwaves. This was the scene in the United States during the 1960s, as a wave of British bands changed the landscape of rock music forever. The British invasion, which began in the early part of the decade, introduced a new sound that captivated audiences and influenced countless musicians. The Beatles were among the first to make a significant impact, arriving in America in 1964. Their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show marked a turning point in popular music. With their innovative songwriting and charismatic performances, they quickly gained a massive following. The Beatles not only brought a fresh sound but also inspired a cultural shift, encouraging young people to embrace new styles and ideas. Following the Beatles, bands like the Rolling Stones, The Who, and the Kinks also made their mark. These groups brought a raw energy and attitude that contrasted with the more polished American rock and roll of the time. Their music often incorporated elements of blues and rhythm and blues, which resonated with a generation eager for authenticity and rebellion. The British invasion also led to a blending of musical styles. American artists began to experiment with the sounds and techniques popularized by their British counterparts. This cross-pollination resulted in a rich variety of music, as genres like folk rock and psychedelic rock emerged. Artists such as Bob Dylan and Jefferson Airplane incorporated influences from British bands, creating a dynamic musical environment. In addition to musical innovation, the British invasion had a profound effect on fashion and youth culture. The distinctive styles of British musicians, from the tailored suits of the Beatles to the flamboyant outfits of the Rolling Stones, influenced how young people dressed and expressed themselves. This cultural shift was not just about music. It was about a new way of life that embraced individuality and creativity. As the decade progressed, the British invasion began to wane, but its impact remained. American bands like The Doors and the Byrds drew inspiration from the sounds and styles introduced by their British peers. The legacy of the British invasion can still be heard in contemporary music, as artists continue to draw from the innovations of that era. In conclusion, the British invasion transformed 1960s rock music by introducing new sounds, styles, and cultural attitudes. It reshaped the musical landscape and left an enduring influence that continues to inspire musicians today. The excitement and creativity of that time reminded us of the power of music to bring people together and spark change.